Eric was a long labor. It wasn't easy.
Hi, baby.
He was a big boy, 8 pounds, 13 ounces. I couldn't believe he was that large.
Rebecca Estep remembers the early months with her firstborn son, Eric, very well.
He was so socially engaged. Like, he smiled quicker than you were supposed to.
Eric, jump. Jump, 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 jump.
On the day of Eric's 9-month checkup, he was due for his hepatitis B vaccine. 3 hours after receiving the shot, Eric had a strange reaction.
He developed this hideous diarrhea. It didn't have a typical smell to it. It was, all I could say is, it was foul.
After calling her pediatrician, the only advice Rebecca got was to keep Eric hydrated.
That night, he started crying even more, and he did something I never saw before. He arched his back. He would cry and arch his back, like I had to hold on to him and arch his back. And I didn't know what was going on. Years and years later, and this is even years after being a vaccine safety advocate, I was talking to a vaccine expert, and she said, when babies arch their backs like that, when they throw their head back, that is a clear sign of encephalopathy. And encephalopathy is brain swelling.
Rebecca continued the vaccine schedule for Eric, but with each set of shots, his strange reaction would get worse. And at the age of 2, Eric's development went off track.
At 2 years, 9 months, he was diagnosed with autism.
Rebecca was devastated by this diagnosis, especially 14 years ago when not much was known about autism.
I started thinking back. Wait a second. The first time I saw a major change in his health was right after that vaccine.
Eric. Eric. Hey.
Rebecca's research has led her to believe vaccines did trigger autism in Eric, and for that reason, she chose not to vaccinate her younger son.
I started reading research papers. They basically made a genetic model that fit our family profile. And they were saying children that react to vaccines are from families that deal with autoimmune issues.
With a family history of autoimmune diseases, Rebecca is confident this connection makes vaccines an unsafe alternative for her family.
Right now, new parents are really having to critically think, what's more important to me, their brain development for the rest of their life, or a horrible week with the measles?
Rebecca wants to make it clear she is not against all vaccines for every child. She instead feels there is a lot of gray area in this debate and that parents should be able to make their own decision. Rebecca is not alone. Not giving children all of the recommended vaccinations is a growing trend among parents right now. In the second half of this story, we are going to introduce you to a local doctor who is speaking out against this trend and calling it one of the worst decisions a parent could make. In studio, Courtney Dwyer, San Diego 6 News.